Didn't grab any water. Now I'm just going to be parched as shit for this whole stream. Just sitting here with a dry, pasty mouth. All right, let's get going. No time to waste. We are an hour from lock. Big slate tonight. Gonna be fun. Let's let some people roll in here. I'm going to talk a little bit about what I did over on the solver. For all of you that are using the solver, walk you a little bit through my process, and you can take as much or as little as you want, okay? I do want to lead with this. Well, maybe I'll let some people get in here before we talk cash, okay? Uh-oh, sounds like mom's home. Doggy moles are barking. Okay, so first things first. Let's just go over everything I put over here. If you guys are still wanting to learn a little bit, I'm going to do a fucking standalone video on this for the archive, but here you go. This is a quick run through on what we're looking at here. By the way, you can tell other people are working right now. No one's here. Am I seeing that right? Okay. Doggos. Golly. You're just going to have to deal with it. Mom's home. Dogs are going to go ape shit. I maxed my salary at $49.5 to $49.9 just to try to get away from some of those dupes. I wanted at least 2 unique players per lineup, a max ownership of 200% so it doesn't get too chalky. I put my variance at 21% just so I could mix and match and get some of the guys I wanted. I'm only playing quarterback at Superflex, which leads me to the first thing I want to say. I think if you're playing cash today, you have got to play 2 quarterbacks, okay? Do not play 4 running backs. You got to play a quarterback at the Superflex. The quarterbacks just have too high of floors tonight. There's too many quarterbacks in tremendous positions to not do it, right? From there, I did stack my quarterbacks with at least 1 running back or wide receiver just for a little correlation. I tried to do a run back, but it just wasn't working because I'm fading so many teams it wasn't working very well, right? From there, you can kind of see some of the guys, some of the teams, the teams that I didn't like, I maxed 1 guy per thing. But Wake, UCF, Georgia State, Tulsa, Mizzou, some of the teams that I do like, I allowed up to 4 players in those lineups, right? So that's kind of what I did there, okay? Getting over to the stone, guys, get in here with your questions. If you're not asking questions, I'll disappear. Oh, Akasaw in the house. Let's go. Akasaw. I saw Akasaw already posted. I saw it over here. This is unabated, by the way. Old Jack Slapdick is Brett told me I'd call him that, so I felt obligated to give him that. Old Jack Slapdick is expected to start, but let me go ahead and tell you should be expected to fade him. I just don't think you want to play a Western Michigan quarterback on this slate. There are too many fucking delicious quarterback options to be playing that. Go ahead and get those questions over here, guys. If you don't ask questions, I'm going to fucking bounce. I got plenty of shit I could be doing if I'm not here to answer your questions. I'm not here to play. Holy shit, my lady's outside. Hey, lady. Anyways, looking very professional. She got the power suit on today. Look at that. Okay. So, yeah, that's the big news, right? And by the way, I think when we talk about a cash build today, I think, to me, the question is to punt or not to punt at receiver, because there are some really delicious punt options at receiver. I think the better question is, I think you almost certainly want to punt with one of those spots just because it allows you to get whatever quarterbacks you want. I think the better question is to punt or double punt at cash, right? There's like 4 guys in the 3,000s that I'm not opposed to playing. I don't hate it, right? So that's the point of contention. As far as GPP goes, I still really like this Rhode Island game. They might be one of the few teams that could push the FBS team. I think Wake is just going to go out there and fucking boat race Elon, the fighting Teslas. This UCF game, I love UCF, but Kent State's just not going to be able to push them. I think they're going to have 1 million points by halftime and then be done. Once again, these FBS games, NC State versus UConn, I'm just pretty cold on it, right? Like, give me a piece of it, but like a play or two. Utah, Florida, I just don't like these games. I'm not trying to get a big piece of them. I think a ton of people are going to play Jaquindon Jackson. I just am worried that he's going to be in a running back by committee, but he might break the slate. Don't fade him because I'm fading him. I'm ready to lose all my money because of it, okay? Missouri versus South Dakota. South Dakota's just not going to be able to push him. Nebraska versus Minnesota, slog with 2, maybe Minnesota will have an okay offense, but I just don't think you have any shootout potential. Arkansas Pine Bluff, if they could push Tulsa, this would be a nut game because I think Tulsa's going to have a real offense, but Arkansas Pine Bluff is a special kind of fucking bad. This one could be sneaky, right? Our boys at old St. Francis of Pavilia, I don't know, Pennsylvania, I don't know. Western Michigan's bad. This might be one of the few games where the FCS team can push the FBS team. And the good thing about old Stephen F. Austin, I know that's not what it stands for, Stephen F. Pennsylvania, is that they have some options, right? They have some guys that can do some shit, right? Like Dawson Snyder, not a bad play. I don't know if I can get to him in cash, but I don't hate him. Okay. From there, Western Michigan just fucking sucks. But I think Sean King, no one is going to play that dude at GPPs, and I think that he could be the guy that goes for like 25 points and maybe breaks the slate. Because just because all these running backs have good price per dollar, that doesn't really matter if they don't get there, right? If they just all have average games, you're going to need somebody in your lineup to score 25 points. This UAB NCANT game, it could be okay, I guess. I just don't think NCANT, the AT&T guys, big telecommunications school, has any ability to push UAB. I wish they could. And lastly, this one, Arizona State, I think is going to be relatively popular tonight. I want to get a little bit of that action, but I'm also a little cool on it, right? I think Jaden Rashad is a badass. I think he's going to be a true star, but to think that he's going to go out there and ball out in the first game, he could. He definitely could, but I want to pump the brakes. I think I want to be a little late to the party on that one. So there you go. That is a quick breakdown of all the games. I will get over here to your questions. As soon as I get through the questions and you stop asking them, I'm out like a fat kid in dodgeball. So get your fucking questions in now, pal, because I'll go throw more lineups in. Oh, I think it is worth noting, right before I hopped on the air, I did bitch hedge with my cash lineup. I just really started getting cold feet. One of the guys that I have in my cash lineup was a Tulsa receiver, and I'm just not convinced that we know what these Tulsa receivers are going to do. Shoulders and Devin Williams are both really good price-adjusted plays, and this Braylon Presley guy is a guy I really like at GPPs because he's from Oklahoma State, and I think he might be their most talented pass catcher, right? But he's listed as a running back, and I don't want to give up my running back slots for a upside guy in cash. So I did end up going with another punt receiver and half of my cash lineups and then use that to upgrade off of one of the Wake receivers, okay? So that's where we're at, all right? Hey, by the way, guys, in the chat, if you're over in any other Discords and you see them talking about someone being out, please share that shit, okay? Please do that. To act like we have all the answers is just not true. I'm ready for some college football. Me too. This is going to be a fun 3 days. Well, it's been a brutal day today just trying to get everything done, and the next 2 days aren't going to be any better. I'm such a new guy to college football. Let's go. Brett, that might be a good thing because it takes a lot of your biases out of it. Running back or wide receiver in the flex for cash. I think either one is viable today, Ryan, but I ended up going with a running back in both of mine. I just thought there was 4 really good running back options in cash, and it was hard for me to not get there. When all things are equal, I'm always going to go with a running back over a wide receiver just because in college football, they get so much more volume than they do in the NFL. Whereas in NFL, I actually prefer wide receivers over running backs in cash because the running backs in the NFL don't get that workload, right? Let's see. Oh, Dollar Bill right there. That guy, if you guys don't know, Akasol, Dollar Bill, My Name is Jeff, Monday Dynamo, and I Am Robbins. You treat those guys like fucking gods because all this shit right here, none of it would fucking happen without those guys, right? They're the ones that are going over and grinding depth charts and reading articles and giving us the most informed information so we can put out good projections, okay? So you treat those guys like royalty. Let's go. I'm with you, Mike. Let's fucking go. For playing cash, is it okay to leave $200 on the board? Yeah. You guys got to get away from always thinking you got to spend all your money. I think in one of my cash lineups, I left $200 on the table, and the other one I left $300, something like that. So yeah, I think as long as you don't leave $1,000 on the table, probably, but I think $500 or less is fine. Optimal ownership total for Gap. For GPP, I did it at 200, right? I want some weird pieces. Problem is, I think you're going to want to eat some chalk tonight, especially at quarterback. You're going to need to eat some chalk. To me, there's definitively 4 quarterback plays that are better than everybody else. That's my opinion, Bob. Okay? You think 3 or 4 running back build for cash. Brendan, I'm telling you, you do not want to play 4 running backs. Okay, if you play 4 running backs, that means you can't play 2 quarterbacks. On this slate, you want 2 quarterbacks, okay? There's 4 quarterbacks that just have really, really, really nice floors with probably 30 to 40 point upside. You cannot say that about these running backs, okay? So spend up on your quarterbacks, get the 2 safe floors, and then make your decisions from there. Do not, I mean, do whatever the fuck you want. It's your money. But like, if you put 4 running backs in your lineup and you get there, you'll be like, I told you so. Okay, but just know you got your money in negative EV. You are getting your money in negative EV when you do that, right? You're like the guy, you don't fucking hit. You're not hitting on a 14 at blackjack, and then the dealer ends up busting. You're like, I told you. Oh, told you. Well, you played it wrong mathematically, but you got there, right? But you can brag all you want. Doesn't mean you did it right. I got a call. I got a gut shot straight draw. I got a call. And then you get your fucking 9 of spades on the river and you win the tournament, right? Okay, well, you got it in bad, but you still won, right? So it's like, do you want to be results-oriented or process-oriented? I'm a process guy. Joanne made it through the storm, had 2 trees land on the house. Oh, shit, Joanne out there just punching trees in the face. It was bad, but really bad in the next county over. Glad to see you're okay in Sewanee County. Joanne, this world's a better place with you in it. Okay, now go punch those trees in the face. How do you feel about Rashada? Big fan at GPPs. I think he has a crazy big upside. I don't know if I can get there at cash, right? I mean, he's so expensive. If he were 6,800, I'd be playing him at cash because he's a fucking stud. But 9,800, bro, I would play. I could think 3 quarterbacks that are cheaper than him that I would play over him. You running one cash build? Yeah, Akasawa. I had one. Me and Bill were bullshitting earlier trying to figure it out. I thought I had it locked in, and then right before the stream started, I got full bitch hedge and went and swapped out 2 receivers, right? Just mainly, hey, one of them was one of your Wolfpack boys. You! I don't even know what they do. Is that it? I don't know. Smack the like. You don't got to do that in here, Jay Steele. This is a not a fucking poor stream, so it doesn't matter. No one's seeing this. This is private. Boom MFs, we made it. Let's go, Chris. Scatabo or Brown Jr. for cash? Man, we went back and forth on this one, Woody. I think they're both pretty viable. I had enough money to get to Brown Jr. I guess him. Scatabo, I think that he's playing, obviously, for a better team with a better offense, and typically that's where I want to be, but I also feel like Brown's probably going to get a better workload against a worse team. So really, it's almost, if I had to say, it's 51-49 Brown Jr., but, maybe both. Why not both, as the little girl on the avocado commercial says. All right, 3 UFC guys or not, I'm going back and forth. Well, if you're talking for cash, you could probably do it. Yeah, I think you could. I think UCF has a really safe floor. I would imagine those 3 guys would probably be Plumlee, Baker, and Harvey. And I think those are 3 guys. I think I had those 3 guys in my initial build. The reason I don't mind putting Plumlee and Harvey together is I think one's going to have a great game and one's going to have a solid game. And so I think you can do that. To get Baker in there, all right, now you're spending a lot of your salary on one team. Those guys better fucking deliver, right? It better not be one of the other guys stealing all the action, right? Or a couple defensive touchdowns or a kick return or a punt return or something like that really kills your action. That's the only thing I'd worry about there because there's no chance they're going to get pushed in the fourth quarter. No chance. Punt or double punt with shoulders and Conception. Look, here, Concepcion. Here's the answer to that, man. Go double punt with them, build the lineup, and if you love the other 6 guys in the lineup, well, then keep it. If you do it and you feel like you're just spending money to spend money because you have it, well, then don't double punt, right? That's the easiest answer. Only 4 weight players, Mitch Griffiths and Big Deke Energy. Okay, Monday, that's another man. That's just a legend at helping us with this thing. Yeah, he's Wake Forest alumni, so he's probably blinded by his school's 5-7 record every year, so you got to take anything he says with a grain of salt. Let's see. Akasal pointing out Monday. We've been on a lot of phone calls today. Akasal's going to be at the game tonight, I think, right? Yeah, he golfed this morning. He was supposed to come meet up with us, left us hanging like a $2 hooker. All right, which Minnesota running back is the best value? Well, let's go over here to our danged old projections. Let's go to running backs. Let's go to team. Where the hell are you at, boy? Where in the hell are you at? Minnesota. Oh, no. I want everybody but Minnesota. Okay, I don't know how to click on that yet. I've actually never done that. Oh, none. Minnesota. Look at me. Look at old problem-solving Jim, everybody. Let's see. Highest ceiling. I mean, obviously Tyler, but, this Bryce Williams guy could be a good pump. Maybe they blow him out and he gets in there and gets a couple fourth-quarter touchdowns. Don't love it, though. By the way, that's not Zach Evans that's going to spend the rest of his life in prison. That's another Zach Evans, okay, for all of you wondering. When you play head-to-heads, how many lineups are you using? I usually just use one, but now I'm probably going to go toss in some other ones with my second lineup because I got, so much money on that first lineup. I want to get a little bit of the money over to my second lineup. How many from one team is too many for cash? How many from one? Yeah, I think 3 is the most you'd ever want to consider. I don't think you can do 4 guys in cash, especially on this slate when we have a lack of competitive games. For me, my number was 2. I didn't want to get more than 2 guys, right? But I think 3 is okay if you really love a team, all right? Justin Lockhart is not playing today. Yeah, fuck that guy, that stupid motherfucker. I don't know of any big injury news that we're sweating that could fuck us today, okay? No Justin Lockhart's fucking us, all right? Plus, when that shit comes up again, I'm playing it conservative. Okay, I'm like 1984 Reagan conservative. Okay, that's where I'm gonna be. Brennan Schneider. I meant 2 or 3 running backs. Sorry. Yeah, I think I have 3 in mind. I just kind of err on the running backs more than the wide receivers. Okay. Steve Floyd, my 20 max GPP is 22 players, 3 quarterbacks, 8 running backs, 11 receivers. I think that's a really good number. That's very tight, like a Twiga. Okay, you can probably even do a little bit more because you don't got to be quite as tight at football, right? Okay. Autumn Bell carrying a questionable rage for Gophers tonight. For what it's worth. All right, so Autumn Bell, right? And you do got to point out that it still feels like summer out there. So I think that's a huge negative for Autumn. Huge negative. All right, which FCS team do you like the most? Wow, great question. Why you guys are coming in hard and heavy with the question? Probably Rhode Island, right? Okay, just because I'm a big fan of Family Guy. I don't know what else you want me to say. They're from Quahog. What time do we get to see those? What time do we get to see Oklahoma lose Saturday? All right, Nick, go. You can go back to bed, you prick. All right, you liking Burden tonight? I've warmed up to him, man. Here's the thing with D-Rock. Burden is going to get 6 points tonight, or he's going to get 36. That's my feeling, right? And I do feel like Missouri is going to score a lot of points, and I do feel like they have an obligation to really try to impress. The coach is under a lot of pressure this year, and I think that they've got to feed their 5 stars. Luther Burden was one of their biggest recruits they've had fucking in forever until they fucking went and gave a bag to Williams Ranieri at this year at defensive end and stolen from my Sooners. So I am buying the narrative that they're going to force feed him, right? And it could be completely wrong. Maybe the other team says, let's just take away Burden. Theo Weiss goes off or something. That is a possibility, right? Is fading UCF a bad idea in GPPs? No, I think you could do that, right? Just hope that everybody gets a little slice of the pie. No one gets too big of a slice of the pie, and they lose interest, right? The dad bod just wanted to hop in and say hi. What's up, dad bod? I saw a picture of you. You're not looking too dad bodish anymore. You're looking like me. You're Jimbo the Gym Bro like me, man. Just sitting there pumping out bench press, and I take creatine. Is it fair to say the solver naturally builds cash lineups, but you can adjust to build GPPs? Yeah, I think so. Especially Dynamo, the answer to that is simple. If you have this variance low, just know that the solver is just spitting out cash lineups, just versions of cash lineups. That's why you'll almost, especially at football, you will never see me have a low variance because I know by selecting my player pool who I want and some diversity, right? And when I do that, I need to make sure that I'm not just getting the 50 versions of the same lineup. That's why I bump my variance to get some access to some other players, because if not, what a solver does, what an optimizer does, and the solver does is it's just trying to give you the best versions of your projections. And if you're just living that complete projection life, you're just going to get 50 cash lineups. Which game are you most concerned about being a blowout city and really capping it? Yeah, I think Arkansas Pine Bluff is probably the worst team on the slate. So I feel like Tulsa, say the Tulsa guy runs in the running back scores a couple rushing touchdowns, defense gets a touchdown, special teams gets a touchdown. Before you know it, Tulsa ain't getting shit for points, and the game's 35-0 at halftime, and it's over already, right? Is fading big game completely a bad idea? Florida Utes. Nick, I hardly have any action. Honest to God, I don't know if I played a single fucking player in that game. Jaquindon Jackson is a guy that's scary as shit to fade. But honestly, I'm kind of okay with it. I don't love the FBS games. That was my narrative that I told myself today, is that's how I'm going to get different, is fading the FBS games, because everybody is going to play guys in games that they want to watch, and everybody wants to watch that game. Not a single fucking stole wants to watch South Dakota play Missouri. Okay, so I think that naturally keeps people's ownership down. That's what I think. Okay. So that's it. I don't see any more questions. You better get in here. Once again, guys, Akasol, thank you for all of your help. Monday, thank you for all of your help. Bill, thank you for all of your help. Jeff, thank you for all of your help. I am Robbins, thank you for all of your help. Editor, thank you for all of your help. None of this shit could happen without them. In the next 2 days, we're just going to be overwhelmed, okay? So if I say something's going to be out by noon, you'll fucking get it when you get it, okay? It's hard to get this shit out. I can put you out a fucking slapdick product at noon, but if you want it done and you want it done right, we got to get these lines. And when you have these slappy teams from the FCS playing, we can't get lines. If you don't have lines, you can't set projections, okay? So you're going to have to be patient. No one bitched about it today. Thank God, because I would have fucking put you in your place. But I just want y'all to understand that the slappier slate is, the harder it's going to be out for us to get stuff out in a reasonable time, okay? Guys, Let's kick some ass tonight. Let's hit some screenshots. Go get in some good GPPs. I bet there's still some up. Matter of fact, let's go see if there's any overlay watch real quick. I doubt there is. I saw some secondaries already up. Let's go to all. Let's go search. Yeah, wow, the big one already filled. Ian was hoping it might not fill. I was like, bro, dream on, man. People love college football. Yeah, you got a second $4 up, a $4.17 max. If you want to get some action done, that's a solid looking tournament. Wow, everything filled up. Look at this. The secondary will be filled up soon. They put a $15 Thursday kickoff out. Terrible payout structure. Wouldn't play in that, but do whatever you want. I'm going to be getting in on some cash. I don't want to go enter any because then you'll see my lineup, and that's fucking weird and borderline illegal, I'm pretty sure. All right, guys, let's see. Oh, wait, did I get another question? Stone is incredible. Thank you, Woody. We put a lot of fucking time into that. Look, everybody can do projections, but if you want projections with something else, it's this, okay? Oh, no. The little hawk got off. Oh, no. Get back up there, you idiot. Get back up there. By the way, if you didn't look at the stone and you didn't see the fighting Teslas on here, what the hell are you doing? Look at that. The fighting Tesla is just ripping a blunt, all right? All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Let's go have some fun tonight. Post your screenshots if you hit anything. Let's fucking have some fun. I'll talk to you later, you motherfathers. Enjoy this outro.